Good afternoon. Welcome to our single adult virtual Bible discussion. The Lord is good. The Lord is blessing us on the way to help some Christians in need. But I wanted to give you a word to encourage you, to all of our single brothers, our single sisters. Matthew 7:24 through 27. We're still on servant first. We're still on our this series, Servant First. I didn't plan it, but it's just fitting. God planned it. The Lord makes this work. We want to encourage you to remain as servants first. I was counseling with one of the members, a single brother, and encouraging him. And he said he wants to be married one day. He wants a family. He wants to do the Lord's will. He said, Brother Al, I want to be where you are. I want the family. I want the marriage. I want the relationship. And that's really good. I said, my man, just follow instructions and watch God work. And so he's been following instructions, and we've been counseling with him, young brother, young adult man, and he's coming along very well. And he could not really see how this is helping him get to where he wants to be. The process is slow. The process is hard to decipher. And he's saying, how is this helping me, get to, a marriage and a family and, being financially stable, etc. And so I let him know that it's a process. And we refer back to Matthew chapter 7, verses 24 through 27. Jesus said, whosoever hears these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man who built his house upon a rock. The rain descended, the floods came, the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, because it was founded upon a rock. But whosoever hears these sayings of mine and does not do them, I will liken him unto a foolish man who built his house upon the sand. The rain descended, the floods came, the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. So, being a servant first and following the principles and the instructions that we give in the Word of God, I want to say this to every Christian, particularly my single sisters and my single brothers. If you get wisdom, guidance, counseling, mentoring, coaching in the Church of Christ, the Lord's church, from the leadership, from mentors, just realize that what you're doing, if you get the counseling and the mentorship and the coaching from the Bible, the Word of God, what you're doing is providing a solid foundation to build your life upon. You are laying, you're building when farmers are planting and they plant the seeds, they have to break the land, break ground. They have to set it in rows and plant the seeds in the rows, and they plant those seeds and they go underground. And the seed is working. When you plant the seed, it has sunshine, it has rain, and time. It's those seeds that are taking root and they grow underground first. They grow invisibly first. You can't see the growth. You can't see the growth, Brother Clinton. You can't see the growth. Uh, Bobby Pitts, you can't immediately see the growth. Abrams, you can't immediately see the growth. But the growth is happening. It's growing in an invisible environment. It is happening. Have faith that it's happening. And eventually, you will see the growth of the apple tree. You will see the growth. I'm from Central Florida, Winter Haven. Orange trees everywhere. You will see the orange trees, and they'll produce more seeds. And the orange tree and the orange itself and the seed inside, it will continue to grow and continue to make more seeds, more planting, more oranges, more orange trees, and those will make more uh, oranges, more orange trees, more branches, more oranges, more fruit, more seeds, more planting. You see where I'm going? The growth happens in an invisible arena first, and then you can see it. So I want to encourage you, single sisters, single brothers, all the doctrine, all the teaching you receive about being faithful to the Lord, about walking in love, about forgiveness, about doing self-assessments before you get heavily into dating, about dating according to the word of God, about being celibate and not being sexually active, the instructions you get about fellowshipping with the church and not going into wicked and evil and sinful environments, and staying away from friends that will lead you astray. All those things that you are, all the instructions that you're getting, that is setting you up for success. It is laying a solid foundation, so that when the floods can't come, the winds blow, and the rains fall, they will beat upon your foundation, but it will not fall, because it is founded upon a rock, upon Jesus, upon the word of God. But those who build their lives on the sand, those who build their lives without the word of God, they find their house falling. I'm talking about members of the church and non-members of the church. Some members of the church want to build their house on the sand. Some want to build their spiritual lives without the word of God. I want to be with people that don't serve the Lord. I want to live my life according to my rules and regulations and contrary to the word. You're building your life on a shaky foundation, and it will fall. It will fall, because the rain will test it, the floods will test it, the winds will test it. See, rain is pressure from above, floods are pressure from below, winds are pressure from all around. So we encourage you, build your life on the word of God. Build your life on the word of God. You may not see things working just like that young brother. I commend him, I appreciate him, I encourage him, and sometimes, whether it's brothers or whether it's sisters, sometimes you're doing right and you don't see things changing. You don't see life changing. You don't see anything improving for the better. That's right. See the mangoes. Yeah, brother. Yeah, Andre, you from the mango area. But when you plant right, then you get the right result. Thank you, Sister Frankie. When you build your life on the rock, on Jesus, you're laying a solid foundation. So all of you out there that are serving God, and not, no one's perfect, but you're serving the Lord and you don't see things improving, you don't see change happening yet, keep serving God, because you're building on a solid foundation. And when the rains descend, the floods come, and the winds blow, pressure from above, pressure from below, and pressure from all around, and your house stands strong, you will say, my goodness, what a solid rock we have. On Christ, the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. Bless you, Sister Bobby. I'm telling you, thank you, Sister Almadrita. I'm telling you, keep building your house, your spiritual life on the rock. Your spiritual life, build it on the rock. Your relationships, build them on the rock. Your worship life, build it on the rock. Your single life, your parenting, build your parenting upon the rock. Build your forgiveness on the rock. Build it all upon the rock, and be a servant first. This will help you to serve. This will help you to be servants, and not focusing so much on what I get, but knowing that when I give my time, my talent, my treasure, and give as God has blessed me, He will make it good and He will provide. We love you. God bless you. Keep the faith. Put it in the chat. I receive it. I receive it. Put it in the chat. Come on, put it in the chat. You got your brother here. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm way off from everybody else. I'm going slow as dirt, and they're flying at speed. I'm good. I'm good. Watching the road. Build your house upon the rock. On Christ, the solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand. Sinking sand. Put it in the chat. I receive it. I receive it. I receive it. Thank you, Sister Frankie. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Abrams. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Anisha. Thank you, Almadrita Smith. Thank you. Build your life on the solid rock. He will help you to be a servant. He'll help you to hold on to God's unchanging hands. He's able. He's available. Build your house upon the rock.